Uh-oh, it looks like we got action Facebook. It looks like we got action YouTube. Let's get IG up on this thing. Let's see what else is popping. Peace and love, kings, queens, and gods. Oh my gosh, it's Monday night. Yes, happy Indigenous Peoples Day if you're with the shenanigans. If you're with the shenanigans. But we got some fun ones for you today. Welcome, 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 Dale. Welcome, 39 degrees. What's good with y'all? I'm going to give y'all a minute to come on in to invite a friend. Matter of fact, invite about 10 because it's the Floating Yogis Book Club. And we about to go in, y'all. I'm going to invite some people right now. And speaking of inviting some people, if you want to be part of the Zoom room, one of the people who helped me be me, who helped me do what I do, my guy Payogra, he's part of the crew. All you gotta do is send him an email, send him a message, be like, hey, I'm trying to get in the Zoom room, I'm trying to vibe with y'all, I'm trying to rock with the crew, and then he just gonna send you the link, and you gonna slide on in. Another guy, we got Brent LV. If you're interested in any type of like digital assets, some type of what do we call it? Graphics. What? Facebook is playing games? If you're interested in some type of graphics or some fancy work, I encourage you to check them out. We'll get into that a little bit later. Also, I'd like to thank Lifeform, and we'll get into that a little bit later, actually. But Lifeform, I encourage you to check out their mats. So, come on in the Zoom room, hit up my dude Payover, he'll send you the link, and we can make the thing happen. Boom, there it is. That's what we was waiting for. I'm going to pin that to the top, and we can get the thing on and pop. Boom. Alright. So, we've been reading the book Mindset by Carol Dweck, and I'm enjoying the comparisons, the concepts of growth mindset and fixed mindset. And this one, we're getting to the point where they're talking about the mindset of champions. I think that's a good one because the mindset and the effort is really what separates the champions from like a regular person, a regular schmegler. Hey Dale, I text you the link. Yeah, I texted it to you. Check it out. From the regular Douglas. And it's the mindset and the follow through. Like the faith, the focus to finish whatever it is, to achieve the things that other people weren't able to. So I want to hear what she's talking about the mindset of a champion, what separates them. Alright, let's see. In sports, everybody believes in talent, even or especially the experts. In fact, sports is where the idea of a natural comes from. Someone who looks at an athlete, moves like an athlete, and is an athlete all without trying. So great is a belief in natural talent, and many scouts and coaches search only for naturals. And teams will vie with each other or pay exorbitant amounts to recruit them. Billy Benet was a natural. Everyone agreed that he was the next Babe Ruth, but Billy Benet lacked one thing, the mindset of a champion. As Michael Lewis tells us in Moneyball, by the time Benet was a sophomore in high school, he was the highest scorer on the basketball team, the quarterback of the football team, and the best hitter on the baseball team, batting .500 in one of the toughest leagues in the country. His talent was real enough. Hey, what it do? Born to Fly, we got my guy Leon from Born to Fly Fitness. They got a cleanup coming up on Saturday. I encourage y'all to come on through, drop some love to the community, clean it up, because that's what needs to happen over here in the Trinidad and the Dad. But they got that going on and so many other services for the community. I encourage you to tap in. Alright. So he moved up in baseball from the minor leagues to the majors. Things got worse and worse. Each at-bat became a nightmare, another opportunity for humiliation. And with each botched at-bat, he went to pieces. As one scout said, Billy was the opinion that he would never make it out. Sounds familiar? Did Benet try to fix his problems in constrictive ways? No, of course not. Because this is a story of a fixed mindset. Natural talent should not need effort. Effort is for others, the endless endowed. Natural talent doesn't have to ask for help. It is an admission of weakness. In short, the natural does not analyze his deficiencies and coach or practice them away. The very idea of deficiencies is terrifying. 11/11 cleanup. Hey, that's the day after Jumi B Day. Yeah, Facebook Live is apparently playing some games right now. Come on in, welcome to the room. If you want to be part of the Zoom room, I encourage you to hit up Payoga. He'll send you the link. We can vibe, we can chat in there. It's not like a 30-second delay. That's what. Let's see. Being so imbued with the fixed mindset, Benet was trapped by his huge talent. Benet, the player, never recovered from the fixed mindset, but Benet's incredibly successful major league executive did. How did this happen? How did this happen? There was another player who lived and played side by side with Benet in the majors and in the minors and the majors. Lenny Dykstra. Let's go with that. Dykstra did not have a fraction of Benet's physical endowment or natural ability, but Benet watched him in awe. As Benet later described, he had no concept of failure, and I was the opposite. Benet continues, I started to get a sense of what a baseball player was, and I could see it wasn't me. It was Lenny. As he watched, listened, and mulled it over, it dawned on Benet that the mindset was more important than the talent. And not long after that, as part of a group of pioneered a radically new approach to scouting and managing, he came to believe that the scoring runs, blah 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 blah, backtrack, and not that long at all. As part of a group that pioneered a radically new approach to scouting and managing, he came to believe that scoring runs, the whole point of baseball, was much more a process about talent. I like that he had somebody to look at to see where he was BSing on himself, where he was like, yeah, this isn't for me. It does take this hard work. It does take this practice. It does take this mindset. I like that distinction. Armed with these insights, Benet, as general manager of the 2002 Oakland Athletics, led his team to a season of 103 victories, winning the division championship and almost breaking the American League record for consecutive wins. The team had the second lowest payroll in baseball. They didn't buy talent. They bought mindset. I'm with that. I'm going to work with people with some bomb-ass mindsets. Well, I see the scale, but we could kind of like dial it down and, just like do like a little pull together hodgepodge situation. And then we could take it to the next level. I like how you're thinking. Let's do it. Okay. The idea of natural. Meeting will end in 10 minutes. Well, that's peculiar. We'll see what happens there. That shouldn't happen. Alright. Now you see it, now you don't. What up, Cocoa Puffs? I did like the milk from Cocoa Puffs when I was younger. Yeah. It is what it is. That and Cocoa Puff. Oh, no, that and Cookie Crisps. Them jumps were smacking, yo. Oh my god.
You talking like we had name brand cereals and all?
Yeah, no, I had Cookie Crisps. I'm not gonna lie. I had Cookie Crisps. There's some things that I just couldn't do. There's just some things I just couldn't do. Like, we got them for a little bit, and then my parents were eating them, and then they were giving them to us. Like, nah, this is good. This is good. You got it. And I was like, I don't like this. I want some Frosted Flakes. Not some white plates or whatever these things are called. Yo, we had all the off-brand jumps. The Lucky Charms, it wasn't the Lucky Charm jumps. The little fake me out Lucky Charm jumps. The what's the cereal with the frog on it? We had the bootleg program. Yeah, smacks. Hey, the bootleg Jones to them. Nah, yo. All right, that's whack. I'm gonna check it out. Uh, that's whack. Yeah, I had the bootleg Jones to them. All right, I'm back. And then my parents would eat them, and they were like, "Yeah, this isn't what it. This isn't good." Yeah, now you see why I'm trying to not eat these. And you gonna hook me up? You gonna hook you up to hook me up? So we ain't had an off-brand Jones. We did it for a little bit, and they just couldn't do it. We just either wouldn't have the cereal, or it is what it is. Also, I had a store back then, so I had like the little selling candy stuff out of my parents' house, out of my parents' job. So I was able to. I started that at 9 because I started going to like entrepreneurship camps and shit. So that it was I was able to get it. I was able to get it. I had to hold on to it tight because every dollar I got was like, all right, now you about to, you know, back to school's coming up, and you said you wanted some new shoes. So how much you got for them new shoes? Double-edged sword. All right, welcome. What's up, Era Cast? Bum 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 bum. Welcome. If they cut us off, we're just gonna keep flowing on IG, and I'm going to continue recording, and we gonna still have some content. We still gonna make it rock. All right, the idea of natural. Now you see it, now you don't. Physical endowment is not like intellectual endowment. It's visible. It's visible. Size, build, agility are all visible. Practice and training are also visible, and they produce visible results. You would think that this would dispel the myth of the natural. You could see Muggsy Bogues at 5'3" playing NBA basketball, and Doug Flutie, the small quarterback who played for the New England Patriots and the San Diego Chargers. You could see Pete Gray and one of the one-armed baseball players who made it to the major leagues, Ben Hogan, one of the greatest golfers of all time, who was completely lacking in grace, Glenn Cunningham, the great runner who had badly burned and damaged legs, Larry Bird and his wife, and his lack of swiftness. You can see the small, graceless, or even disabled ones who make it, and the godlike specimens who don't. Shouldn't this tell people something? What up, Devon Danielle? How much time we got? We got a little bit more time. Shouldn't this tell you something? Boxing experts relied on physical measurements called tails of the tape to identify naturals. They included measurements of the fighter's fists, reach, chest expansion, and weight. Muhammad Ali failed these measurements. He was not a natural. He had a great speed, but he didn't have the physique of a great fighter. He didn't have the strength, and he didn't have the classical moves. In fact, he boxed all wrong. He didn't block punches with his arms and elbows. He punched in rallies like an amateur. He kept his jaw exposed. He pulled back his torso to evade the impact of oncoming punches, which Jose Torres was like someone in the middle of a train track trying to avoid being hit by an oncoming train. Not by moving to one side or the other track, but by running backwards. Fair enough. It ain't for everybody, I'll say that.
That's something special indeed. I'm like, backwards?
That's what he was doing. I be watching Mike Tyson give lessons and stuff, and he always moving with it, sidestepping with it. His footwork is so smooth. I'm like, I see how you can get so much power, because like how you're stepping is positioning you to not even really have to extend through anything. Literally just shift your hips, and it's just, dude, yo, it's crazy.
Yeah, anybody who's even seen a little bit knows that the power comes from the foot and the hip, and like comes all the way up and unleashes. And when you look at a pro level athlete,
it's like a whip, yo.
They move in mysterious ways. That's the best way to put it. I ain't even gonna
get into it.
If you've been doing the same step for more than 10 years,
That joint gonna
it's
be
gonna be something
so
special.
clean. That thing gonna be so clean. Cause people be talking
Like
about
you
my
and sun
sun salad.
salutations.
I was about to say, people be talking about my sun salads. They're like, dang, your sun salads be clean. They be so smooth. I'm like, I do them every
That
day.
jump to Chaturanga.
Yeah, that jump back to Chaturanga was so smooth. I mean, I do it every day. Okay, all right, yeah. Thank you. And you too can have a smooth Chaturanga.
Oh, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Alright. Sonny Liston, Ali's adversary, was a natural. He had it all. The size, the strength, the experience, his power was legendary. It was unimaginable that Ali could beat Sonny Liston. The matchup was so ludicrous that the arena was only half full for the fight. But aside from his quickness, Ali's brilliance was his mind. His brains, not his brawn. He sized up his opponent and went for the mental jugular. Not only did he study Liston's fighting style, but he closely observed what kind of person Liston was out of the ring. I read everything I could where he had been interviewed. I talked with people who had been around him or had talked with him. I would lay in bed and put all things other than think about them and try to picture how his mind worked. And then he turned it against him. Why did Ali appear to go crazy before each fight? Because Torres says he knew that a knockout punch is the only one they don't see coming. Ali said Liston had to believe that I was crazy, that I was capable of doing anything. He couldn't see nothing to me at all but mouth, and that's all I wanted him to see. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. He been dropping bars, yo. Ali's victory over Liston is boxing history. A famous boxing manager reflects on Ali. He was a paradox. His physical performances in the ring were absolutely wrong, yet his brain was always in perfect working condition. He showed us all, he continued with the broad smile written across his face, that all victories come from here, hitting his forehead with an index finger. Then he raised a pair of fists saying, not from here. I support those thoughts. I strongly support those thoughts. Yeah. The wins come from here. The hands are nice, but I mean, if you ain't got to throw your hands and you can still beat your opponent, you can have them give up. I'm just saying. I ain't even got to dust off my hands if that's the case. That's one less step to do before I got to go get something to eat, take a nap, or do something. Hit a J, that's normally what's going to happen. I'm going to twist up and I'm going to wash my hands. Okay. Alright. This didn't change people's mind about physical endowment. No. We just look back at Ali now with our hindsight and see the body of a great boxer. It was gravy that his mind was so sharp and that he made up amusing poems. But we still think his greatness resides in his physique, and we don't understand how experts fail to see the greatness right from the start. Oh, why? Let's see if we can hop back on this thing. Yeah. You still vibing with me, Facebook? Yeah, not Facebook. Facebook, yeah. But I'm not sure if that was YouTube and Instagram. I'm gonna try to do one more thing. See if this thing come on up. Excuse me. We still got like 10 minutes or so. Let's see if that Hey, Zoom room's back open. So yeah, you can come on, hop in the Zoom room. We got about like 10, 15 more minutes. We about to go in. Alright. Let's see, where are we gonna go? Natural shouldn't need effort. I don't agree with natural shouldn't need effort, but we're gonna see what they talking about. 'Cause, 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 let's get it. Did you know there was once a strong belief that you couldn't physically train for golf? And that if you built your strength, you would lose your touch? Until Tiger Woods came along with his workout regimens and fierce practice habits and won every tournament there was to win. Come on now. Come on now. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? I'm going to say it again in case you didn't hear what I said so you can... Did you know that there was once a strong belief that you couldn't physically train for golf, and that you built your and that if you built your strength, you would lose your touch? Until Tiger Woods came along with his workout regimens and fierce practice habits and won every tournament there was to win. That is too true, yo. Too true in golf. I did lift a little bit of weights. I was in high school. Like, it was Goku Vegeta with the boys. Like, I did lift some weights, absolutely. And I played golf. And it did affect my game, but you kind of learn to calibrate. Like, you know, it's like, dang, my stuff is slicing. Or I realize that my shoulder reaches a little bit further. Or the angle of my hip is weird and my shoulders dip down, so I'm scooping underneath the ball. Like, these things, I would just start to piece it together, and then you calibrate. Same thing on the pool table when I'm shooting pool. I keep hitting it. I keep cutting it too sharp, so give it a little bit more. Bring it a little bit more on the inside. Oh, there it is. Anyway, in some cultures, people who try to go beyond their natural talent through training receive sharp disapproval. You were supposed to accept your situation in life. These cultures would have hated Maury Wills. Wills was an eager baseball player in the 1950s and 60s with a dream to be a major leaguer. His problem was that his hitting wasn't good enough. So when the Dodgers signed him, they sent him down to the minor leagues. He proudly announced to his friends, in 2 years, I'm going to be in Brooklyn playing with Jackie Robinson. He was wrong. Despite his optimistic prediction and grueling daily practice, he languished in the minors for 8.5 years. At the 7.5 year mark, the team manager made a batting suggestion, telling Willis, "You're in the 7.5 year slump. You have nothing to lose." Shortly after, when the Dodgers shortstop broke his toe, Willis was called up. He had his chance. His batting was still not good enough, but not ready to give up. He went to the first base coach for help. They worked together several hours a day aside from Willis's regular practice. Still not good enough. Even with the gritty Willis was now ready to quit, but his first base coach refused to let him. Now that the mechanics were in place, Willis needed to work his mind. Oh yeah, definitely got to start cooking that. Once you get the basics in there, because then you start overthinking the basics. Like, oh, did I do that right? Like, kind of how I was saying, I need to hit it a little bit. I need to hit it a little bit more to the outside, so I don't cut it as much. You just start overthinking. That's when the mind comes in. Settle that thing. See that that's the mind making the thoughts. That's the mind distracting you from you actually focusing.
You have to trust in yourself once you've practiced those things, and when you stop thinking about it, you got it. A lot of times.
Yeah. It's like once you feel it, once you see it, you feel it, you do it, boom. Lock it in. That's intuition. Tell you, like, all right, that's what it feels like. Because that's what I say when I'm making my shots and everything. When I know, I'm like, this, I'll hit it, it'll go straight in. I'm like, that's what it felt like. It was the first thing I saw, the first line I saw. Not the second one when I came back up to readjust and went back down and then came back up. Like, nah, don't do all the second guessing. Figure it out. Feel it. Once you start finding the similarities between those synchronicities, then the ability to kind of like consciously bring it into our control to activate it comes into play. Hey, what up, Lady D? We got one more for the Zoom room. We're gonna bring it on in. Alright. I'm going to keep on moving. He began to hit, and with his great speed, he began to steal bases. He studied the throws of the opposing pitchers and catchers, figuring out the best moment to steal a base. He developed sudden, powerful takeoffs and effective slides. His stealing began to distract the pitcher's throw off of the catcher and thrill the fans. Wills went on to break Ty Cobb's record for stolen bases, a record unchallenged for 47 years. That season, he was voted the most valuable player in the National League. Boom, 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 boom. That's the power of the mindset, the faith, focus, and finish. Have faith in what you're doing. Focus on your goal, and no matter what, finish. It gives us something to reflect on, something to look back on and say, here's where I can improve. Here's where I can make some changes for the betterment moving forward. Hey, what up, Flow Yoga Center? What's good, y'all? And check out Flow if you in DC. You know, they got some good stuff going. Marie be up there vibing and whatnot. Vibing, keeping it alive and making it happen. Alright, Sports IQ. Do I want to read Sports IQ? I kind of don't want to read Sports IQ. I kind of want to go straight to character because I feel like character is powerful.
I was about to say, we only got like 10 minutes, and you know we could be on character or this topic for like a whole nother sesh.
Dang.
So, in my mind, if you about to do this, we shouldn't do character.
We shouldn't do character. Alright, my guy.
Exactly.
We're going to save character for next week because I feel like character got a whole can. We could just sit there and unpack that joint for days. It's so much in character, what it does for us, how we interact with other people, what it brings to us, the karma that we start to accumulate. Let's move forward. We're going to save that for next week. We'll read Sports IQ. Thank you. You would think that the sports world would have to see the relation between practice and improvement, and between the mind and performance, and stop harping so much on the innate physical talent. Yet, it is almost as if they refuse to see. Perhaps it's because the Malcolm Gladwell suggests that people prize natural endowment over earned ability, as much as our culture talks about individual effort and self-improvement. Deep down, he argues, we revere the naturals. We like to think of our champions and our idols as superheroes who were born different from us. We don't like to think of them as relatively ordinary people who made themselves extraordinary. Why not? To me, that's so much more amazing. I 1,000,000% agree. The people who had to build themselves up, there's a story behind that. The people who had to work for it, sit and talk to them and just watch. Sit and talk to them and just watch their story. Watch how they move, their mindset, how they act, why they did certain things. See the differences between how you would have moved and what they did. Not saying that what they did is going to work for you, but just see the differences. Oh, now you was about to drop something. Yeah, okay, alright.
I mean, Michael Jordan had an older brother that was better than him at basketball up until he wasn't. You know, that I think pushed him. You know, but I think his height and his natural ability and stuff is what pushed him further. But it was that work every day, developing that method to becoming better that made Michael Jordan, you know?
I agree. He got cut from his high school basketball team. And, like, the whole time I was thinking during this last, section, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Come on now.
Hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard.
Every time, 10 times out of 4. What up, Crystal? Hey, Puzzle Fit. Can you say that one more time? You said let me know if I get this right. You said hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard.
Yep.
You hear that, Crystal? You agree with that? Go and drop some love in the chat. Go and drop some fireballs, some 100s or something. All right, moving forward. We only got like 4 more minutes. Yeah, I know it's a 30-second delay. If you want to be in the Zoom room, go on send Pale Girl a message. He gonna send you the link.
And Lady D, I can't message you because your profile's private. So I sent a follow request. So if you're still listening, go ahead, hop on over and accept it, and then you can hang with us.
Yeah, Lady D. If you heard that, go on and accept the request, and the link's in that John. He gonna look you up. Yeah, that's the whole book in one sentence. Facts though. Hard work. Hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. That's absolute facts. And the fun thing about hard work is it humanizes the superheroes. So if you enjoy the concept of idolizing and pedestalizing people and kind of like, well, they were born that way, so I can't do that, and kind of pushing yourself out of potential and possibilities. If that's your mindset, if that's your jam, then by all means, think how you think. However, that don't fly over here. I'm gonna appreciate the things that I see in other people, and that is gonna push me to either work on it or realize it ain't in me, and appreciate that they got it and someone in this world got it because I'm lacking in it. And I'm sure other people are around this world as well. So maybe I could just siphon a little bit of that. Oh, you being nice. You working on your road rage, and you not cussing people out who cut you off or don't use turn signal. Okay, all right. I ain't gonna cut them off. I ain't gonna cuss them out either. I'm gonna soak some of that good vibes up. This time, punk. Anyway, all right, we gotta finish. We only got like 4 more minutes. Water.
Be sure to check out Yui on Instagram for your daily meditation check-ins all day, every day. Let's go.
Be sure to meditate, vote, and share for your entry into the monthly giveaway. Talent is a myth. Physical attributes aren't. We all need to cultivate skills to become great. Yo! Dang, I can't throw the fireballs or the hundreds on my own jump while I'm going live. But yeah, I like that. Talent is a myth. Physical attributes aren't. Yes. That distinction is key. Because talent, what is talent? A lot of times it's stuff that we've already developed before. And then it's just resurfacing. Isn't that all practice is? We just making sure that we're experiencing it multiple times. Oh my gosh. Moving forward. Even when experts are willing to recognize the role of the mind, they continue to insist it's all innate. This really hit me when I came upon this article about Marshawn Faulk, the great running back for the St. Louis Rams football team. Faulk had just become a first player to gain a combined 2,000 rushing and receiving yards in 4 consecutive seasons. The article, written on the eve of 2002 Super Bowl, talked about Faulk's uncanny skill at knowing where every player on the field is. Even even in the swirling chaos of 22 running and falling players. That is what I like to call awareness. Right? We have the awareness of the things that are there. We can see the pace. It's kind of like when I'm teaching in the Mysore room. It'll be a whole bunch. Let's say there's like 16 people all flowing through their own practice. Each practice is different, but it's roughly the same. And I gotta see where they are, how fast they're going, who needs help. Make sure I get to the ones who get assists at a certain time. It's a lot to be aware of, and that's the same thing. It's just like a quarterback on the field. Who's running what routes and where are they, like within that route? Is it throw? Is it a handoff? Like, is it a throwaway? Like, it's make a decision. See the field, stand back. And when I was at UPS, one of the big phrases was get the big picture. We had these like 5 seeing habits so we can see the road and all the cars and everything in it. The awareness. And one of them was get the big picture. And it's just stay back and see it all. That was the key phrase. And that's ideally it. Just sit back, see what's going on, be aware, find ways to tune your awareness to realize some of the synchronicities that are important to you. Damn, that's going to be a bar later. Anyway, he not only knows where they are, but also knows what they're doing and what they're about to do. According to his teammates, he's never wrong. Incredible. How does he do it? As Falk tells it, he spent years and years watching football. In high school, he even got a job as a ballpark vendor, which he hated, in order to watch pro football. As he watched, he was being asked the question, why? Why are we running this play? Why are we attacking this way? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? That question, Falk says, basically got me involved in football in a more in-depth way. As a pro, he never stopped asking why He never stopped asking why and probing deeper into the workings of the game. Clearly, Falk himself sees his skills as a product of the insatiable curiosity in study. For me, that's what got me. The insatiable drive for knowledge. The curiosity of, but what does that mean? Writes down question, puts it in Google, rabbit hole opens, dives in the portal. Moving forward. How do players and coaches see it? As a gift. Marshall has the highest football IQ of any position player I've ever played with, says a veteran teammate. The other teammates describe his ability to recognize defensive alignments flawlessly as a savant's gift. In all of his array of skills, one coach explains, it takes very innate football intelligence to do that. The book that was dropping that gems, Talent is a Myth, Physical Attributes Aren't. Talent is a Myth is the name of that book. Thanks, Born to Fly. Appreciate you, my G. Always coming in with little blessings, a little knowledge. Hey, Crystal still vibing with us. Hey. Alright, what else is there? So, with that being said, we're going to stop here. We got character next week. Next week, we're going to go into character. We almost halfway, almost halfway through the book. About 100 pages in. What else we got going on? Monday morning is the Sunrise Flow with G. Monday night, we got the book club with me. Tuesday, we got Ashtanga led primary at 6. Wednesday, we got elevated yoga at 6:30. Thursday, we got midday mind right at 12. No restorative this week, but next week we got it. You can catch me at Sukha Center Monday through Friday for the Ashtanga Mysore portion of the practice. And what else is there? Saturday, 10 to 10:30, you can check out the Floating Flow with me. And Sunday, Elevated Yoga, we making it happen. Come on, bring it in the house. Appreciate the consistency. Absolutely. I'm glad y'all was here to add some vibes to it, or else I'd just be vibing to myself. I mean, I love myself and I enjoy my time with me. But it's cool to share it with other people and see how we can, grow together. With that being said, yo, if y'all local, go and check out Born to Fly Fitness, yo. If y'all in the Northeast area, the Brooklyn area, it's a thing. B2 Fly Fitness, baby. We got the cleanups coming up as well. What else is there? Check out Puzzle Fit. She got some good stuff. She be teaching some Ashtanga too. She got the video on the different drishtis, the gaze points and stuff. Just go and check her stuff out. She cool too. She got a whole rack of stuff on YouTube. Way more than me, but I'm catching up to you, Crystal. I'm catching up. This is me running. It's just not yoga stuff. I mean, it's yoga stuff, but it's just not flows. We gonna get here. We gonna get some knowledge. We gonna get it going. Whew. All right. With that being said, questions, comments, want to work on something, want to support the mission, send me a DM, send me an email, preferably send me an email. But, DMs work. We'll switch it to email eventually. And, or you can buy a badge on this thing, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, if you want all the other ones, you know where they at. Questions, comments, want to work on something, let me know. It's time to grow, y'all. Shay, what up, though? Let me sign off of the